now face in opening back up is when you combine an increase in money supply with an increase in velocity, you're inviting inflation. In 2008, QE was given to the banking sector and large corporations, but in 2020, it was also given to the general public, readily available now to spend. By keeping sectors of the economy closed, you are breaking the velocity. Velocity is the number of times the same amount of money changes hands. An increased velocity will lead to inflation, but it isn't essential for it. Couple this with the inevitable increased demand for debt when the economy does open back up, and people are taking out loans again, and this could pop the debt bubble. This financial system is held together with debt. When you buy a loaf of bread, there could be 10 different transactions of credit to get it to your door between manufacturers, suppliers and distributors. Mathematically, credit is doomed to break, and this will seize the entire economy. This is why the banks were considered too big to fail. If credit isn't functioning, then products won't be created. When the credit market fails, so does the entire economy. So what do they do? Inflation is inevitable. More money is chasing the same amount of goods and services. That's just how money works. It has been evident in property for a long time, but is recently showing up in commodity prices like lumber, copper, and also in food prices. Inflation initially raises asset prices and then filters down into living costs. The last to inflate is wages, making it increasingly difficult for the less wealthy to buy property, as their wages only meet their living expenses. The government have got themselves into overwhelming debt, so they can't raise interest rates, or they won't be able to service that debt, as they can barely meet the interest requirements. It seems they are planning to let inflation rise, trying to maintain some control over it and inflate away the debt. Inflation is a hidden tax. Just as they inflate away the debt, they inflate away your purchasing power, and you slowly lose everything you've worked for. With inflation and bank bail-ins, they're taking your money. The danger here is hyperinflation if control and faith are lost. Look at Venezuela and Zimbabwe, where currency litters the streets and it has so little purchasing power that it isn't even worth picking up.